Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This one, I'm going to try to just make this a two-part series and, move right along in the video. We did her head and her face in the previous video, so in this one, we're going to be working on the body and the base. And, I left out a lot of stuff, actual working stuff. I did put some in there, but I'm trying to keep these videos shorter so you don't get bored just watching me paint. So if you want to see how I did her body and the base, just keep watching. Okay, I've got her body glued together. Seams, well, actually there's only one seam. Everything absolutely fit together amazingly well. I mean, there is a seam here that you can't even see. And then her leg is keyed here, and the seam is in where the lines are in her leg. So you can't even see that. I had a little seam here I needed to fill because I printed this on the bottom. So anytime you do that, you're going to have damage where the supports were. So I did have to fill that a little bit in the front, but for the most part, nothing in the back. And then the arms fit together perfectly well. No issues with any of them. I love how it just fits together perfectly. So now that I've got everything ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and shoot some gold on. This is a custom mix because if you look at any photos or watch the trailer, her uniform costume thing is kind of like a muted gold, not quite an antique gold, but so I didn't want to go with just a plain gold. So this is a mix of several colors: a bone white from Vallejo Game Color, a plain gold from Vallejo Game Color, a little bit of white from Game Color, and then some gold mica powder and some light brown mica powder. And that got me the mix that I wanted for the main portion of her outfit. And then, her armor is a different color gold. It's still gold, but it's a little bit more muted brownish, more of an antique gold. So I will probably add a little more brown to this, or I may just go with an antique gold. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like when I get it done. So I'm not going to film me airbrushing because you've seen me airbrushing, and the compressor just makes too much noise. So I will come back once I have this painted up. So wait on it to dry down a little bit, and then I can start on adding details into the color. I'm thinking I may go a little bit pearl white on her tunic. Not tunic, but yes, this part that comes down from her waist. I may go a little bit lighter with that. I think that would look good. And then obviously darker. I didn't coat this very well because I knew it was going to be a whole different color. A little bit more antique gold on that area. But yeah, I like how it came out. It looks pretty good. So I think what I'll do while that's drying is do a little bit of dry brushing on her hair to bring out that super blonde that she has. Alrighty. Y'all know how to dry brush, so I'm just going to do it and then I'll show it to you when I get it finished. Okay, I have done a little dry brushing on her hair. It didn't go super light, but I think it looks, has that tones for light blonde hair. The camera looks like it's showing a little bit lighter than what it actually is. But yeah, I'm pretty okay with how it came out. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and start on the antique looking part of her outfit. And I'll come back once I figure out what I'm going to use. I don't know yet if I'm going to go with just an antique gold or if I want to mix up my own color. I do like mixing up my own colors, so I may do that. But I'll come back once that is finished, and then I'll let you know if I've mixed up my own color or what. Okay, I've got her armor masked off, and wow, that took forever. Check out, that's a lot of masking, but and disregard this color on her, whatever that thing is, armor part, and her belt. I'm changing that color, but yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get that new color airbrushed on there, and then I will show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, and here is what I came up with as far as for the armor. There is not a name for this color. It is actually, I mixed some gold mica powder, some light brown mica powder, some metal medium from Vallejo, some gold from Vallejo, some white from Vallejo, and a little bit of burnt umber. I just mixed until I got the color that I wanted her armor to be, and I'm pretty pleased with it. I like it a lot. I wanted it gold, but I wanted it a dull gold, so this is what I got. So now I'm going to go ahead and take the masking off, and once that dries, then I may go a little bit lighter with her actual outfit. I'm not sure yet, so I want to see them together before I make that decision. But I know that I'm going to go a lot lighter with this tunic type skirt thing that she's wearing. I want to go more of a whitish pearl color, so I will paint that. Other than that, yeah, it'll just be the tiny details. So I will come back once I get everything unmasked, and we'll go from there. Okay, I know this sounds crazy, but I masked it off. I painted her armor, and I was not happy with the color after I took all the masking off. So I masked it all again, and then remixed me up a color, and now I am very happy with it. Yes. So what I'll do is get her unmasked, and then I'm going to go lighter with her flowing thing. Yes, we'll call that a flowing thing because I don't know what that is. Wouldn't be a loincloth, but anyway, yeah, and then we will get going with the details this time because now I'm happy with that. All right, so I'm going to get it all unmasked, and I'll be back. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm adding a little bit of pink to her hands to give them a little bit of tone. And yeah, so this is the first hand done. And then I'll go back and do highlights. And the pink is just chalk pastel. And I want to do that everywhere that there's like tension in the hand. It's just very subtle, but it's there. Look off camera. And there you can see with that pink added. And then I'll still do a little more uh, darkening, you know, in the creases and where shadows need to be. And then also highlights. Just adding the pink gives it a more flesh tone, but only in areas that you want it to have. And you want to kind of use a stiff brush when doing this, because too soft of a brush and it won't blend in with your paint. Or it won't adhere to your model. That's what I was trying to say. There you go. Very little actually sticks to the model, but you know, you don't want a whole glob of pink, and that's why I don't use paint, because if I do this with chalk pastels, I can build up the color, and it's easier than trying to use a wash. I think it just blends easier. There we go. And that's just flesh tone paint and pink chalk pastel. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take all this masking off so we can see what we got. I did go ahead and paint her tunic thingy a pearl color. Everything that I've used on here is a custom mix, so I can't show you a specific color that I used. It's a custom mix and a whole lot of mica powder, so that's why that I can get that pearl sheen effect. But yeah, come along. So I'll get this unmasked and we'll start on these, getting these actual lines to where you can see them and get the details done. I'm just using a brown wash to go in all of these line areas to show, you know, the actual lines. I also went in with a very bright gold in her little emblem thingies. You can see it just brings that out, brings those lines out. Now get everywhere that the armor meets, because I want to show shadow. Okay, I'm going to continue doing all these lines, and then I'll come back when I have all of this done. I'm just putting a little antique gold underneath. To show, you know, that it's in segments. I didn't want to go with the brown because, you know, I wanted to keep that shimmer look. Okay, I've gotten started on the base, and I've got so far just 3 colors on the grass. I will do more colors on the grass because right now it's way too green. But and I got the rocks base coated, and yeah, so it's coming along pretty good so far. All right, back at it. So now that I've got the base pretty much done and the gray put on the rocks, now I'm going to go over and dry brush to make them look like actual rocks. What I'm using is just craft paint, and it is granite gray, my dry brush color, and I did a mix of gray storm and pavement for the base color on the rock. I'm hitting the edges pretty hard because I want that to show that texture. Okay, yeah, I think it looks like a rock. I may do a little bit of a wash in the crevices, but yeah, for the most part, that's done. The sword I did with just a gold leaf pen. I think it came out really, really well. Super shiny. I think I am finished with all I'm going to do on her body, and just about finished with the base. Let's go ahead and take her off. The base, I still need to go ahead and finish painting this black. I've tried ink, and I'm not really pleased with how that came out. I want a less flat, so I'm just going to use some black acrylic, and I'm going to do the letters in gold. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how the foliage came out. And then on the rock, as you saw, I did a base of gray, and that was pavement gray acrylic, just craft paint. And then I did a little bit of a black wash just to give a darker look to the recessed areas, and dry brushed with the granite gray in acrylic paint. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how the base came out. And so that's that. And then on the sword, beautiful gold. That was done with a gold leaf pen. It's oil based. I don't really like oil based paints. That's just my preference. Prefer acrylic, but you just can't get that shimmer with acrylics. I mean, it looks like solid gold. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the base and call her done. Get her head glued on, and there's a tiny little seam that I can see, so I'm going to fix that seam and then paint it, and I'll call it good. And I'll post some pictures at the end of the video. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I would appreciate it so much. And if you give this a like and maybe share it with somebody who might be interested in painting her or any other figure that I do. Have a great day, night, morning, evening, whatever time of day it is at your part of the earth. And stay awesome with each other.